What's shaking, guys? Welcome back to the dungeon. I got some more comics. All right, guys. The first one I want to talk about is the Principles of Necromancy. It is a new-ish comic from Magma Comics. It's been out, I don't know, a few months. There's 3 issues that are out at the moment. It's a horror comic. It is about a doctor who is flirting with the dark arts of necromancy, and it takes place, I don't know if it's Earth or it's a parallel world somewhere else, but it's back in like the Viking ages, if you will, swords and sorcery kind of stuff. The artwork in it is pretty spectacular. I have to definitely give them a big thumbs up on the artwork for it. The storyline, however, is kind of a little bit all over the place for the first 3 issues. If it was just a standalone on the first issue, I probably would give it 4 wombats, but it kind of, I don't know if I would necessarily say they took a left turn in the second episode or the second issue. Because they did have kind of like almost like a standalone story within even just the first story arc, which is kind of weird. And it wasn't bad. It just seems like it was a direction that they shouldn't have gone in that early in the new series. But that's just my opinion. Obviously, all of these are just my opinion. And then the third issue, they kind of ruined the direction that I thought it was going into by having the doctor almost take on a superhero feel, and didn't think that it was the direction that it should have been going down. So probably still keep reading it just to see at least through the first story arc and see how it goes. But I'm gonna give it 3.5 wombats for the first 3 issues. All right, guys, the next one I want to talk about is Rifters. It is a new book from Image. I actually really liked this one. The best way to describe the premise based on just the first issue is that it's like Time Cop meets Idiocracy. The government, go figure, unlocks time travel for the average Joe. And obviously chaos and hilarity ensue. And it is about a couple of time detectives that have to go and fix basically the buffoonery throughout time. And it's well illustrated. It definitely has a more sunny disposition as far as the artwork goes, but I feel like that actually matches the feel of the humor and the storyline so far. So I'm actually looking forward to the next issue of this one, and I'm going to give it 4 wombats. All right, guys, and then the final comic that we're going to be talking about today is Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, also from Image Comics. Basically, the premise of this first issue is that a gunslinger and a female samurai warrior die on the same day, and they're transported to essentially what you can almost consider like a purgatory, and they awake on the shore to unknown horrors. It is definitely not a comedy compared to the last comic we were talking about, Rifters. The artwork in it it's pretty spectacular. Let me find a page here that's not a spoiler alert. Definitely good looking artwork. The story seems to be flowing well so far. It is a violent comic, so it's definitely mature rated, and it piques my interest enough to keep going for sure. I feel like the premise of it is almost a little bit reminiscent to Riverworld, if you guys remember that. It was originally novels that were written in this 1970s, 1980s, and then it was turned into a miniseries on the Sci-Fi Channel, I think in like 2010, which it was cheesy in its sci-fi glory, but at the same time, like the premise of the movie or the miniseries was actually pretty interesting and pretty well done. So if they actually wind up going down a similar plot line to Riverworld, I will actually be thoroughly enjoying it at that point. So, but anyways, so based on issue 1 so far, I would probably give this one 4.5 wombats. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this.